welcome to Rory Palmer's property, today in the HMO's garden. So what we're starting with is that fence panel. As you can see, it's been propped up nicely by a chair. Reason being, it somehow managed to fall down. God knows it fits in lovely, I know it will, but somehow it managed to blow down. So I tried it on my own this morning, lifted it right up, tried to slit it into these little posts. So these posts obviously have little gouges in them. These then sit into these quite nicely. However, that above my head is too much. It won't. I'm too small. I need to be a taller man. Story of my life. Anyway, so I brought my pal with me today, and we're going to lift that up, slide that into place. Job's a good one. That's all that needs to be done with that. I mean, I had a gardener here yesterday who literally, blitzed this and said, "Oh, you have to need a new panel." I'm like, "Oh, really?" So I come round and I had a look and I went, "That didn't do a panel." Yes, it's not the most attractive, but it will do the job. It's not like you're having a family in here that's looking to live here and be all like, this is our home and it's all beautiful. If it was, of course I'd replace it. We're having possibly, people who are party time, studying, too busy to worry about what's going on in the garden. So had the gardener in yesterday. He literally chopped all this back, chopped all that back for us, and then chopped down. These trees were literally hitting the ground. We've got some lovely apple trees there, and so he's just chopped all that back for us, so it's good for another year. He also, there's a little grapevine just on the other side of this shed, and it's again, he's chopped that back for us, so again that'll grow nicely, and it'll be good. It means that anyone coming in here hasn't got to look at it and go, "Oh God, what are we looking at?" So it is down to our students on this property to look after the garden. Once we've made it nice, it's up to them to then come in and keep it at that level. It's with, while I'm saying these things, what it means is if you supply your own lawnmower, if you supply your own hoover, they're more easier. If you supply your own cloths and dusters and things, silly little things like that don't really cost the earth, and if you had to replace them, they're not the end of the world to just sort of replace them, because obviously HMO, you're earning a lot more money. It's just worth your while to give them incentive to want to look after the property, so that there's not so much work for you to do and panic about when the next lot come in the following year. And yeah, if you've made your property of a certain standard, usually if you know what you're doing, you kind of go and get a independent a company to come in and just note down how the property looks, what's damaged, what's not damaged, what's what's the state of the things that were in there, and inventory. That's the words I'm looking for, really. They give us an idea of then going, right, they're an independent party, so we can't argue. It's like they come in, they go, "Oh, now that's broken, or that's not right." Obviously a little bit of wear and tear is all good, but in the majority of things, if something's been smashed, broken, we've got in the house, we've got a little bedside table. Well, as these things do happen, it's been broken, so I've got to replace that, but it's going to come down to the students that were in here who sadly broke it, that have got to, that's got to come out of their pocket. It can't come out of my pocket. It's not me who's broken it, but it's little things like that. So if you have one of these independent people come in and just tell you what's right, what's wrong, and make a note of it, the following year they come in, do the same thing, check everything over, and then Bob's your uncle. You come out with no cost to yourselves. But if you turn up and the grass has already been mowed, cut, lovely, looking good, everything's back to how it was, it's down to the student's responsibility to leave it in the way they found it. That's what it comes down to. You leave it how you found it, and that is kind of what's happening today for us.